CVA's Accura Series, Agara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
All right, everybody, it's time to do this week's Pictures of the Week. This week's Pictures of the Week being brought to you by Flowers Garden Center and Deer Processing. Like you always say, they're not doing too much deer processing right now, but it's time to get down there to the garden center and pick up some flowers and keep your wife happy so you can get out there and do some more hunting and fishing.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
You better.
Our first picture here tonight, this is Caleb Alexander, and Caleb is 10 years old. This is his first ever turkey that he shot. Got this bird in Williamson County, and it had a 9-inch beard and weighed 22 pounds. So
a big one.
That was a good one. I want to say congratulations to Caleb on that bird. And you probably recognize this fella here.
Who is that fella?
This is Nathan Ball. And I tell you, he's been hard on the crappie here lately.
Up there, he lives on the other side of Knoxville. He's killing them.
And yeah, he's in East Tennessee, and so that's a couple nice fish that he sent us a picture of. Third picture here, this is DJ Jennings. This is a nice bass that he caught up in Tompkinsville, Kentucky.
Awesome.
So I want to say congratulations to DJ on that fish. And right here at the end, this is Chris Hopkins. And this picture was another one sent to us through our Facebook page. And Chris caught this nice fish here on Woods Reservoir. And is actually in a group of photos of several good fish that he caught on Woods that day.
Sure.
So congratulations, Chris, and keep those pictures coming. You guys can send your pictures to us here at Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robertson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee. Or better yet, just send them to me on Facebook, and I can get them quicker that way and get them over here on the show. And be sure to share a little bit of the story with me. Tell me what happened. We want to let folks know, and I love to read about each and every one of them. So keep those pictures coming, and we appreciate them very much. So anyhow, guys, we're talking water, talking things like that. So this weekend, you're heading out, let's say, fish this weekend, Old Hickory Lake. What are you going to start out with? What do you think you need to be doing?
Well, I'm going to give my little 2 cents. Let Hunter give his. I like going in the back of the creeks because you got fish that's spawning. So you got your spawners and your pre-spawners, and everything's happening. You got males. And just go in the back of the creeks and focus a little bit, because the water's going to be muddy. It'll clear up back there quicker. But you know, you got some river channel fish and stuff. What do you think, Hunter?
Well, and one thing for sure, if you can get out early, hit it right at daylight, be looking for that shad spawn, that first early bite, and throw that spinner bait on them. You know, that's going to get you a few big bites a lot of times. It don't last long. You got to hit it quick.
Yeah, and they're spawning right now. Shad are definitely spawning on your lakes. I mean, they're really doing it. I mean, it's that time of year. If you really want to go fishing and catch fish, you've got to go within the next 6 to 8 weeks.
It's time to be out there right now.
It's time to be out there.
It is.
It is hard on an old turkey hunter like me, man, because you got to pick, one day to the next, pick your poison.
This is when you catch some big ones.
But we definitely enjoy doing it all, and getting after them either way. But I tell you, I'm looking forward to getting after some birds again this weekend. We're going to be turkey hunting, and I think I'm going to be in East Tennessee again.
That's awesome.
And so we're going to get after the turkeys with my buddy Steven. He was on the show earlier this year with that big deer that he killed, and I believe we're going to go get after some birds with him. So I'll be after them, you'll be after the fish. So hopefully we're going to get some more good footage this weekend.
I don't know, I've cooked crappie, I guess, 6 times in the last 2 weeks. I mean, crappie fillets here, crappie fillets there, sandwich here, sandwich there. And just happened to clean another 40 or so. Jimbo did, my brother. He's a fillet master.
I need my invite next week, because when I pull up, I just smell the grease, the leftover grease in there. Whenever y'all done eat all the fish up.
That's right. Fries and hush puppies, that old homemade hush puppy mix Jenny makes, whoops it up in there.
But now, I tell you, a man wants to get some more crappie this weekend. It don't mean, not go after them this weekend.
No, it's
you can catch crappie right now. I know some guys that are wearing them out.
I'm telling you, they're going to bite for another 4 weeks. I mean, just because this rain's coming, the lake's up, that don't mean anything. The fish are there to be caught. You just got to get out there. They'll have the water back down by Monday, so it'll be back stable, and they'll just be doing the same thing they were before we got the rain. And I think with that weather pattern coming in, it's going to level out. Sure.
When it does, it's going to make a big difference.
And plus, next week, we're supposed to get a lot of sunshine, so all that sun's going to really warm the water back up and get more people out. All the dreary weather's going to go away. It's going to get a little warmer, so everything's going to pick up. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's really going to get them and like you say, get out there right at daylight, because there's going to be more people trying to get out there.
But you won't be out there at daylight looking for turkeys, will you?
I don't know, man. I tell you, I'll be out there probably a little bit before daylight waiting on.
I was fixing to say, you
But
ain't
you know,
roosted no birds or nothing yet?
I got some that might be, I might have them roosted. I might know where they're going to be at. We got a few, a few sitting around. We've been doing, we've had
Here's
good
what I've
turkey season
always
so
heard.
far.
You might can roost them, but that don't mean he's going to land where you got your decoys. Now, what about that?
We've had a couple times this year, well, we've had birds roosted, and they'll people say, well, them old dumb birds, they sure make you look dumb, make you feel dumb. But there's been a few times we've had it set up, and oh man, they're going to come right here, and they don't get the script, they don't follow it. And, but it has been a blessed year. Now, I tell you, we have had a fantastic turkey season.
Let me ask you something else about turkey hunting. How come you can sit in one spot and you call and think, well, the turkey ain't going to be here, and 45 minutes or an hour later he shows up? What's the deal with that?
Man, they're not always just going to come in hollering. A lot of people, it's easy, and of course we know how it works. You can take that video editing and make it look like every time you hit that call, he comes running in there and you shoot him, but it just don't work that way. And a lot of times, that bird will work to you, and it might take him an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and he might not ever make a sound.
Right.
And sometimes it's kind of like calling that old buck. You might call at him, he hears you, he knows you're there, he goes on about his business. Well, an hour later, that hen goes to those eggs. Well, he remembers, hey, there's a hen down here in this field, and he's lost to circle back and come back and check it out.
That's right.
And a lot of times that's what'll happen. You'll hear guys, they'll be set up, and they'll get up and go to the truck or something, go down there and eat a sandwich, and look up there and be turkey standing where they've set up.
Exactly.
I've heard of it happen several times. It's, turkey hunting, I think one place a lot of people fall short with turkey hunting is they get too gun-ho. They want to go running in there and get after them. And patience in turkey hunting is just as important as it is in deer hunting.
And
a lot of times
if you ain't got patience for fishing,
same way with fishing.
Everything.
Some guys get up there, if they're not catching one every cast, they're ready to move. So he's allowed to be right there. You just got to give him the medicine he wants. And I tell people all the time with turkey hunting, it's kind of like fishing in a sense to me. If you got a tackle box, you got 500 lures in there. Well, you might hit him with a chartreuse spinnerbait and he don't want it. Then you hit him with a motor oil worm and he don't want it. And you hit him with a blue jig and bam.
Yep.
Well, turkey's the same way. You hit him with a mouth call and whatever, and before you know it, you hit a slate call.
He's right in there.
He's all over.
Yep.
You gotta give him different options, and eventually you might hit the
right spot.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome.
You gotta keep them guessing, I guess.
Right,
so to
that's
say.
Perfect.
Don't want to give them the same thing over and over.
And here's something else. I'm going to switch back to fishing. I mean, you got plenty of catfishing to do now, jug fishing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to say this for sure, but you need to look in your manual, the TWRA manual. I think snatching started the 24th of this month, snatching below dams.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the date on that. I know it has.
But I mean, it's coming up, so it's something you need to look at. I mean, that's where you catch a few shovel bill if you like to eat them. I love eating shovel bill cat. That's some of the best eating there is. They really don't have any bones in their body. A lot of people don't know that. They're solid gristle and solid meat. There's no bones in a shovel bill.
Yeah, a lot
of
people.
Meat.
Yeah, I've got a good friend in East Tennessee loves it.
Yeah, it's just a big gristle, and you cut the tail and pull the gristle out and cut it up in steaks.
We'll have to get somebody to do something for a recipe for us one night. I haven't had any.
Oh, it's delicious.
I've not tried it myself. Not tried it out.
And then we got the Asian carp problem, starting real bad, and I don't know what's going to come of that yet. But with the state and the Kentucky and Tennessee, they're going to come together and find something. We need some way to process the fish where they can open a cannery or make dog food or something to save some of our natural waterways. I mean, that's coming.
And we got to, the fishermen too. We got to keep in mind as fishermen that to really get these things under control, we're going to have net fishermen. You got to
you're going to and
so you got to. You're going to deal with net fishermen being on your water.
And
it's got. I've heard of people clashing and not getting along. That is the only way
to get rid of
that
them.
We're going to get rid of these fish. And so you got just be sure to work with these guys, because they're out there really in the long run doing us a favor.
Absolutely. And there's going to be a few fish, there's going to be some bass that get caught in the nets.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just something that's going to happen, but we're saving the resources. They're trying to save.
We've got to.
Not counting just the little mussels, the mussels that's getting on the big mussels. I mean, there's not going to be anything left. The shell crackers eat the little mussels and your bluegill and stuff like that, but there's really nothing out there that targets just those small mussels either.
Yeah.
The Asian carp's a different ball game, but
And they've gotten, it's like every time seems like there's less of them, There's
Just
more
keep
of
piling
them.
up.
I'll never forget my first encounter with the Asian carp on Kentucky Lake, and I was up in a creek, and literally as far as you could see, there were Asian carp surfacing. And we didn't know at first what it was. I had a buddy of mine fishing with me, and he said, "Man, I think that's those Asian carp." And he took a little blade bait with some treble hooks on it and fired out there and snagged one and caught it. And sure enough, we ended up catching a few of them, bringing them in the boat, getting rid of them. But it blew my mind. I mean, the entire creek, from one side to the other, was completely covered in Asian carp. It was scary. And that's just one creek. There's a lot of creeks out there on Kentucky Lake. I mean,
it's got carried away in a lot of areas. I mean, it's way more than just a little overpopulation.
I mean, it is
We've got to do something about it. And like I say, these net fishermen are going to be a big resource in that. And I know it's easy to clash there, but we've got to understand that's
and it's
going to
be a good income. You know, you get the people out there that want to do it. It's not going to be something you're wasting your time about. The state's going to pay you. I mean, this will be something you can generate some good income for your family, for a business, something that's positive out of it.
Yeah. Well, it's time to go over and do this week's product of the week. This week's product of the week is being sponsored by Candy Fork Outdoors. You can go down here and see Ryan and his group of folks down here at the Donaldson Plaza Shopping Center, or you can go up and see Joel and the rest of the family at the Big Rock Market right there at the Center Hill Dam exit. I'm sorry. And you know, just we're going to hit on it a little bit later, but they've got Waterpalooza coming up, and that's going to be on May the 12th. So you guys keep that on your calendar and make sure you're up there for that, because Hugh and I will be up there emceeing. That's going to be a big time.
Absolutely.
What do we got tonight over here?
Well, here's what I got. I got some Hoppy's lures, and for you local people that know John and Big Hoppy and Fate Sanders, they've been around for years. They are fishermen. They make some of the best fishing products there are, from the brush bug to nighttime spinner baits, to daytime spinner baits, to buzz baits, whatever you need, from crappie tubes to crappie hooks to floats to minnow buckets. John has it there, and Hoppy is American-made product right here in Old Hickory, Tennessee, and that's what I like to buy as local, buddy.
Right here down the road.
You keep the local man busy, just like Starkey's Bait and Tackle. Starkey's fixing to take an order from John, and there'll be some of these in Starkey's and getting some more stuff moving around for us guys.
Well, that's fantastic.
Hey, and the BFL was just one
on Hoppy's
lures. Yep, and there was a lot of fish caught on them too. I know other guys throwing them, but that's no secret, you know.
But the rattling brush bug, the spinner bait, and the buzz bait, man, just go to Fate Sanders. Just look up Hoppy's lures in your local stores, whatever you can do.
Yeah, they're on
These
Facebook
are great quality baits for everybody that fishes.
It is. We got to take a break. We're going to open up our phone lines when we come back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.